Well, it's really wonderful, Annette, that you were able to come down to the rehearsal today. We talked to James for weeks about trying to have you come in from all your commitments. Tomorrow we're having the 80th celebration of Alan Hovhaness' birthday, and we're going to be performing with Mysterious Mountain and the work of the Artsop Symphony. What do you think about what's going on in the world today in terms of all the democracies that are taking place?
Well, for sure, that's probably the best thing that's happened to humanity since civilization have tried to become a unison in relationship to all ethnical cultures. I've always believed that ethnical lifestyle is going to become the democracy of the future. And that seems to be becoming true mostly it used to be every year, it seems like every month these days, But I think one of the most important things about existing on the planet, what we call the planet Earth, and some people call it Biosphere 1, is that humanity is becoming more involved in the ethnical value of its own output. And for me, I'm very much interested in the ethnical expression of cultures, which have to do with the language, anything that have to do with information where someone can take that information and better the things that they're trying to do without having to be under any kind of insecurity about what it is they want to achieve as a human being.
What I find amazing about all the artists that are participating and yourself, and I know that for years we've been talking about trying to do something with you and Richie Havens, some kind of musical collaboration. You all are very consumed with humanity and the consciousness raising of society. Do you see change as we saw change back in the 1960s, in the 1990s?
Well, I think that the change that we're talking about is basically, I think it has already happened. It's just a matter of how people grow up. For instance, I was born in Texas. And I never forget I had gotten when I came to New York City, I'd gotten an invitation to play Picasso's opening when he was doing his sculpture, and I wasn't familiar with him, So I said, "Oh, I don't know who this is," and I was so having such more problems with my own work that I just didn't want to go somewhere and pretend I was already where I wanted to be when I wasn't doing what I wanted to do myself. So lots of things that you're speaking about has more to do with information, and information is more involved in the present, things that happen in the present. It's very hard to be in the present because even when the future comes, it will be the present. And we probably, the future for someone is tomorrow. Some other people, it might be 10 years away, 100 years away, or 1,000 years away. But when it comes, it will be the present. And I think basically that we as people on the planet are trying to have a relationship to each other in the present. And that's the hardest thing in the world to do because the present doesn't allow you to have all the information you need to know how to relate to the things you're trying to achieve without having those things centered in a way where that they are centered into many things. Sometimes we call politics, sometimes it's race, sometimes it's religion, sometimes it's so many things. But basically all those things really means that you're trying to relate to something that you're trying to do with some other person or some other territory or whatever to get what you are trying to believe for your relationship to people in the present. I know for myself that's how I am trying to express the things that I would like to um, relate and share with people, regardless of who they are, where they are, or what language they speak. But that's one reason why I like New York. I mean, Jim was talking about Texas. I mean, I'm from Texas, and he was saying that he had relatives in Texas, and something about although Fort Worth is some way kind of modern. There's a lot of electronic industry there, but as for the culture part of things where people express things they believe through art and music, you don't find those outlets so much in the country of America. They're mostly in the large cities, and that's one reason why I have come to New York. I always thought that if I was going to go crazy, I could do it faster.
Well, on tomorrow's concert at Carnegie Hall, Richie is going to be singing Imagine by John Lennon. And it kind of sums up in words what the spirit of this whole concert and the times are all about. So I see a great deal of hope for the future, and it seems like music is the language that seems to be bonding the entire globe.
Well, it could be, but I think it should be the person themselves that is the quality of the person, regardless whether it's music, science, or religion, or whatever it is. The quality of the person is what's going to change the quality of people existing as a global unison expression, where they can each feel that they're making a contribution, or at least they're sharing in the things that they believe without having to be in any kind of disastrous state of mind of what is called war, racial, all of those things are very bad psychic mistakes.
So what we're looking for is kind of a global harmonic synchronization.
Well, I don't know what we're looking for, but I do know that whatever it is, it's already here.
You had a few moments to hear some of the symphony that's going to be premiered tomorrow. Can you share?
I thought I was telling Jordan, I thought the melody had a very haunting ethnical message for the particular event it's going to be noted for. And I was just in Turkey about a month ago, and that music sounded very close to me. In fact, they were having a symposium in Turkey about music that is only used to heal people of sickness or mental illness. And I heard tones in that music that's emanating that kind of spirit and sound.
That's very perceptive of you on that, because Alan has said to me on many occasions that his music is not for snobs, and that the music should be like old Chinese painters considered their paintings, to have the spirit resonance to heal humanity.
Oh yeah, I think basically there's actually no styles of music, there's only class of music. And once those classes are realized that they're holding each other back, then the thing that we call music will become more of what it should be used for.
And just in closing, Ornette, could you say a few words about the late Miles Davis?
Oh, I think that Miles is, I don't think him as was. I think he's probably one of the first, as they would say in the jazz ring, improvisers that had such an individual personality, musically and humane, as well as philosophy. And I think that because he was born in America, that his concept of himself existed because there's a country called America that allowed him to be that way.
Thank you very much, and we look forward to having you attend tomorrow's concert at Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
Ornette Coleman.